Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm the Still Trying Mama, still trying, still learning. Returning subscribers, thank you very much for coming back. And if you're new here, do consider subscribing to my channel so that you can receive more information about my cash stuffing and also certain budgeting news, if it were. The reason why I say this is because today's video is a little bit different. I'm not going to be doing any cash stuffing today, but recently I've received a request from someone and that person actually asked me to explain what cash stuffing actually is and how it works. So now I have to say a disclaimer. I am definitely no financial guru. I'm definitely no expert in cash stuffing. I actually only started cash stuffing in January this year. And I found that it works for me. So I just continued after I've been introduced to cash stuffing. And I'm still learning along the way. I make a lot of mistakes along the way. So I do hope that whatever I'm gonna say is just taken as information that you can consider using, you can consider listening to, but please take note that it's not advice of any kind or even any suggestions to do cash stuffing. It's basically more meant to just let you guys have a better understanding of myself and why I do cash stuffing. So I'm sorry if this video is a little long or it's a little rambly, because that's what I do. If you have noticed in my previous videos, I tend to rant a lot. So yeah, please bear with me. Okay, so basically what happened was for about 11 years, I was working a full-time job and I was earning a mid-range salary, I would say. Not too high, not too low, enough to feed myself, my family, and also some big purchases, probably a couple of times a year. But then about 3 years ago, or rather about 2 years ago actually, I received some news regarding my family, and some issues cropped up, and therefore I decided, together with my husband, we discussed, and I decided that I should stop working for at least a few years, just so that I have the time and the energy to stay at home and deal with the family issues that cropped up. So I left my job, and for the past 2.5 years, I have been a stay-at-home mama to a lovely little girl called Feifei. You can watch her videos in my video list. So basically what happened was, because I had worked 11 years prior, I actually did have a good amount of savings. Well, okay, good is really subjective, right? But I thought I had enough, okay, to sustain me and my family for quite a while, because my husband is still working, right? So he is still bringing in money. So when I first left my job, I had a pretty good time at home, relaxing, enjoying the freedom and the energy that I wouldn't have, if I was still working. And I actually got to spend a lot more time with my daughter, which I appreciate so much. But then, as I stayed at home, I realized the joys of online shopping, right? I mean, who didn't notice the joys of online shopping, right? It's become so convenient and so easy to just add things to a cart, and then with a click of a button, you just have to wait a couple of days for delivery, and you get the item, without even having to leave your home. So I went online shopping quite a lot, and every little thing I buy, it's not a big purchase. So the things that I buy, for example, things like, I saw a new book for my daughter because my daughter loves to read. I saw this little t-shirt for her, which is really cute, and it's cheap. It's like 5 Singapore dollars. It's like 6 Singapore dollars, and to me at that time, it's it's a single digit number, so it's only $5. So the phrase "it's only $5" or "it's only $10" or "it's only that amount" kept repeating in my head every time I make an online purchase. And I didn't realize until only late last year, which is like 1.5 years of staying at home already, when I had to look into my bank account to settle some insurance stuff, and I realized that, hey, where did all my money go? I was left with really little, like less than half of whatever I had saved up. And I was really confused. I was really devastated. And I kept thinking that, maybe someone hacked into my bank account and took all my money away, or something went wrong with the bank system. So I didn't think of tracking my expenses back then. I just thought that, it's definitely not my fault. It's someone else's fault. Something went wrong. Someone hacked into it. So I called up the bank and everything, and the bank said they didn't notice any unusual activity in my account. And so I had no choice but to sit down and start thinking, what did I do with my money? Because that was a personal savings account. It wasn't a joint one. So there's no way anyone could have taken money out. And I realized that, okay, look, I have to look into my past transactions, my transaction history, to find out actually what happened. So I went to look at the previous few months' transaction history, and I got such a rude shock. So the transaction history has this whole list of expenses. So basically they will put the date, where you shopped from. So for example, say Starbucks, and then the amount, $5, $10. And I saw so many little amounts listed there. So $5, $10, $2, and then they all add up to this huge amount at the end of the month. And I was really, really shocked. It really got me thinking that, oh wow, my 11 years of savings just gone with with just a snap of my fingers, or rather with just a click of the button. And I didn't know I was doing that. So I was depressed, I was thinking, oh, okay, then I'll stop spending so much then. But I didn't have an actual plan of what to do. I just thought, okay, fine, so I'll try to buy Starbucks less. I'll try not to buy too many things online and stuff like that. But then as I was scrolling through social media one night, I stumbled upon someone's cash stuffing video. I actually cannot remember whose video it was. And I thought, hey, why would anyone do that? Like, I didn't agree with that at that time, but then it got me curious. So I started watching more and more videos of cash stuffing, of other people cash stuffing, of the same person cash stuffing. And I realized that I saw the meaning behind it. So in case anyone is wondering, like, why am I, talking so much about my backstory just to introduce cash stuffing, I think I have to tell you guys that cash stuffing works for me because of my situation. Okay, everybody has different financial situations, everybody has different family backgrounds, different reasons to cash stuff. And for me, it is to really stop mindless spending. So I started cash stuffing, and what happened was, at that time, I read somewhere online that I should first start by tracking my expenses for the month. So that's what I did. I went back to my bank account. I printed out the transaction history of the whole month, of the previous month, and I started noticing where all my money had gone to. Then I found out that, oh wow, I've been spending a lot of money. Actually, majority of the money that I spent, it actually went to food delivery apps. So basically, I was so used, or rather I was getting so comfortable with ordering food online and having them delivered to me, that I didn't notice that the high prices of each delivery is actually costing me a lot. And of course, if you add on my online spending, online purchases, then it's this huge amount. So what I did was, I got myself, so at that time I didn't get myself any of these binders that you see here. All I did was, in my usual wallet that I always carry around with me, I just started putting in pieces of paper, note paper. I don't know if I have it now. Oh, something like this. So let me show you what it looked like. So I have pieces of paper like this, okay, where I started writing down what went in and what went out. So basically I started writing down, oh, okay, I went to the ATM today, let's say at this date, and I drew out this certain amount of money and I put it in my wallet. And then for the whole week after that, I would be writing what I spent on. So at that time, there wasn't any envelopes or anything like that. It was just a piece of note paper for me to track, what I spent during the day. And then as I progressed on, I realized that I needed to categorize my spending such that there were some items that were really needs and not wants. So things like groceries, things like bread, fresh produce, things like household detergent, for laundry, for floor cleaners and stuff like that. So there were things that I really needed. But there were also things that were wants. I want to buy myself a cup of coffee. I want to get that bag of chips at the supermarket because I'm just craving for chips. So I decided that I needed to have different categories, and that's when I got myself little envelopes to categorize my spending. So that's when I got myself this wallet and these envelopes, where I would then categorize, okay, so this envelope I will only spend for food, groceries, shopping, my own personal spending for coffee or anything like that. And at that time there wasn't this. So I started this, and then at that time it was a zipper envelope, an A7 zipper envelope, and I started putting in the note paper as well to track, how much did I spend on food today, and how much money went in at the start of the week. And I realized that I had still been spending too much on food, because I know I enjoy my bubble tea, my coffee and stuff, and I've been taking out of this envelope too often. So what I did was I decided that, okay, I need a budget, right? I can't plan this without a written budget. So I'm not tech savvy at all. I'm so not digital friendly. I'm the old school, pen to paper kind of person. So I grabbed a piece of note paper and I just wrote down. So my husband will give me money every month for a certain, a certain amount every month. And at that time, I didn't have any side hustles. I didn't have any extra income coming in. So it was only that. And then I had to split that up between, or rather among, certain bills I'm paying as well, like my phone bill, like the electricity bill, like the Netflix subscription. So I had to take away all these auto pay bills out of that amount that my husband gave me. And then whatever's left over, I had to then divide it, among these envelopes, depending on priority. So definitely my personal spending would not be as important. Food and groceries for the family would be on a higher priority level, and therefore I put them at the front. So I started in January. I started this in January, and I think it was in February that I realized that, okay, so I'm still learning how to do this. I mean, I succeed some weeks, I fail some weeks, I go under budget some weeks, I go over budget some weeks, and it's fine because it's a learning process, right? We learn along the way. But then I realized that my bank account is still not how it used to be, right? And this is not helping because I'm just spending whatever money I have in these envelopes without thinking about the future. So this is more of a now kind of thing. And I wasn't thinking much about, you know, what happens next time if there's an emergency, if you know something happens in a family, what do I do? And then there are birthdays to think about, there are, you know, certain occasions, certain vacations to plan for and stuff like that. So then I realized that I had to get myself sinking funds. And I would probably stop the video right now because I think that's another video of its own, sinking funds. But then I do want to get some feedback from all of you out there who are watching this video. I'm sorry if I was really rambly and it didn't make any sense to you. I apologize for that. I'm not really good at explaining myself, and I definitely have not explained the entire, you know, the full benefits of cash stuffing. I only explained how it worked, or how it works for me, for myself. So I would greatly appreciate it if you could leave in the comments some feedback about this video. Do you think I explained myself clearly enough? Have you gotten an initial sense of what cash stuffing is about? If so, please let me know so I can be encouraged to produce more videos like this. If you think this video was just a waste of your time, please also let me know in the comments. I totally accept constructive negative feedback. I'm not someone who, you know, bans you or blocks you or just deletes your negative comment just because they are negative. As long as they're not a personal attack, you know, I welcome all negative feedback. So please also let me know how I can improve such explanation videos. And if possible, do also let me know if you would like to see me explain about sinking funds, talk about sinking funds in a next video. Yeah, so I do hope that this video, for those of you who wanted to learn a bit more about cash stuffing, basically, just to sum it up, it's to help with overspending, with the habit of overspending. If you have the habit of overspending, especially online purchases like myself, where you use your credit card mindlessly, or even if you go out shopping and you swipe your card mindlessly, or you just spend and you think that, oh, it's only $2, it's only $3, well then I think I hope I explained that I was also like that, and I had to use cash stuffing as a way to control my impulses, my impulse spending, and to not overspend, you know. So yeah, I'm sorry if that didn't make sense at all, but please let me know if it does or doesn't. And if, you know, nobody's interested in another follow-up video about sinking funds, then I'll see you in my next cash stuffing video. All right? See you. Take care, everyone. Bye.